We already know car thieves are pretty much, they're the scum of the earth, bottom of the barrel type people and all that type of stuff, right? But it's one thing you go and steal someone's customized Hellcat Challenger, right? That's already bad. To add salt in the wound, this person was a paraplegic and they stole their wheelchair along with that as well. To even make matters worse, the way they found this car after was also the ultimate disrespect, man. Let me show you this situation where thieves just went ahead and stooped to a new low. Let's go ahead and get in the video. This is my Dodge Charger Scat Pack wide body. It's big, it's loud, it's bright red. It simply grabs attention no matter where I go. Unfortunately, I bought a car that is 60 times more likely to be stolen than any other car on the road. With the long list of mods and things I bought for this car, one of the first things I installed on my car was this. Carlock, the world's best GPS tracker and alert system. With Carlock, you will be able to live track your car with the GPS from your phone. Also, get alerts sent directly to your phone if anything is going on with your car, such as vibrations, engine starting, the car moving when it shouldn't be moving, or if there's a loss of power, your Carlock will get an alert for that as well. Be sure to get your Carlock. Use my link down in the description below and these discount codes to get a 10% discount on your Carlock purchase, as well as a 14-day free trial of the Carlock service as well. Let's get into the video. You see the title and you see the thumbnail. Like I said at the top of the video, man, thieves are already kind of the bottom of the barrel type people and all that type of stuff, right? This situation probably leave you a little ticked off, right? This situation goes to show you that car thieves do not care about your personal situation, do not care about what you got going on in your life, what you're going through, or any of that. If they see your car somewhere and it looks like it's going to be easy steal for them, they will go off the car. They don't care about what you have going on at that time. They do not care. In this situation, what I'm about to tell you, this person, paraplegic, stole their wheelchair, their car, and left the car in a state that is kind of like just icing on the cake at this point, on top of everything else that's going on. Let me show you this real quick. So pretty much you can see what happened here. This car was stolen from this person's house. They were inside the house when this happened.
Who could be connected to other crimes. This 2016 Dodge Challenger Hellcat was stolen from Christy Mascarella's St. Gabriel home last week.
Everybody keeps saying it's just a car. No, it wasn't to me.
She bought.
Now, I'm going to say this. I know a lot of times I get comments on my videos when it comes to stolen cars. People, you know, say the same thing, like it's just a car, it's just a car. You'll see here, like this was just more than just a car for her. A lot of people, when it comes to car enthusiasts, some of you guys may understand as well, like this car is someone's hobby. This car maybe gets, gets people through tough times, brings joy to life and things of that nature. And this is kind of one of those situations here. You kind of see kind of what she went through and why she kind of got this car.
Bought the car during a dark time in her life when she was in and out of the hospital.
I was born with spina bifida. I've kind of had one challenge after the other. I've been in a wheelchair my whole life.
All those challenges channeled into this Hellcat. Challenge this. She had it detailed, added extensions and fins. It was equipped with hand controls.
I wanted to drive my Hellcat to the coast for cruising the coast.
That bucket list trip has turned into a yearly venture every October.
You see what I'm talking about, man? Like this car is more than just a car for some people. This was kind of her lifestyle. This was kind of, like I said, got her through like some dark times and things like that. So keep showing what's going on.
Where she's met lifelong friends.
They always called me the Mopar Bay Queen.
Inside the Bad Cat, a pistol and Mascarella's purple and gold LSU themed wheelchair.
So keep in mind, like this wheelchair is not just any regular wheelchair. This wheelchair that she has is something that's been customized for LSU because this does take place in Louisiana. So, I mean, it's just not, like I said, customized things. Like when you customize something, it means a lot to you at this point. Same with the car. Her car was highly customized, wheelchair customized in particular colors or whatnot. So both this car and this wheelchair means a lot to her.
She designed it herself and used it daily. Brought it with her on those drives to Mississippi. It's gone too. Taken by thieves. This camera picked up Mascarella's car leaving the neighborhood around 12:30 Tuesday morning.
So you see what time? 12:30 Tuesday morning. So around midnight when this car was stolen. 12:30. Yeah, Tuesday morning. Yeah, around midnight when this car was stolen.
Learning now that that car was found, or what's left of it, in West Baton Rouge Parish. Here's what's left.
That's just sad. You see the whole car completely stripped. Not a thing left on this car. Every single component on this car that could be taken was taken. No doors. You can see more pictures of the car here.
Been completely stripped.
They even took, you can tell, if I'm not to see that side window there, you can tell this is her car. It has that side window where it has the American flag on there and whatnot. But they took the decals off the side of the car to make sure no one could recognize the car. The challenge this was gone. Everything, you see the door seals on the car, Hellcat. Everything out of the car is gone. Took the carpet out the car, all the seats are gone, steering wheel, dashboard. The whole drivetrain is gone. They left the spoiler. I'm kind of shocked they left the spoiler. The spoiler is kind of expensive, but they left the spoiler in there. But everything else of this car is completely gone. I'm kind of surprised they left the deck lid on there as well, the trunk lid. But nonetheless, bumpers gone, completely gutted.
The shell left over.
Kind of shocked they left the tail lights at this point. They could have took the whole trunk. I mean, this is just sad.
And now I have no car or no chair.
The Iberville Parish Sheriff's Office is looking for this black Chrysler 300.
I know for a fact that car is definitely stolen. That car is stolen as well. There's no way they're just riding around with this black Chrysler 300 and they steal another car. You can tell the wheels are mismatched. Yeah, that's definitely probably a stolen car too. So good luck finding that one.
With plate 4.
I'm not even surprised that the parts from that Hellcat Challenger might end up going in this one or something like that. It might not work because it's a challenge to a 4-door Chrysler 300, but they probably done this before, man. It's just terrible all around.
08 HYM. They believe this car was involved in Mascarella's incident and another car theft at Perkins Row in St. George
I believe that car is stolen.
last week.
It's gone. Everything gone.
Mascarella has worked hard to earn what she has.
I got up and I made something of myself and I went to work and I work every day and I worked hard for what I have. And just in a few minutes, they just took it all from me.
She's getting around in an older model chair while she works out what to do, unsure if her insurance will cover stolen equipment. The Iberville.
So that's the bad part about it as well. Now, insurance, of course, they'll replace your car and all that type of stuff for the most part, right? But her wheelchair, does insurance cover that? I've never been in that situation before. I don't know anyone that has, but that's different. A lot of times when it comes to something being stolen, they don't cover the things inside of the car. You sometimes have to have some kind of special insurance or things like that. Now, I have had my car stolen before, not my Scat Pack, not my RT or anything like that. Had a car previous that was stolen, had some things stolen out of it. Insurance didn't really replace those things. They just replaced to get my car fixed and whatnot. They didn't replace any of the mods or whatnot. It had stereo systems, subwoofers, audio equipment, stuff, all that in there. They replaced none of that, of course. But this is a different situation, right? Insurance doesn't replace, car insurance doesn't replace a wheelchair. Like, I'm not sure how that works, but it definitely would be a headache that your customized wheelchair is gone and I have to use your old one.
Parish Sheriff's Office says this is a problem that's going on everywhere. If you see that black Chrysler 300, give them a call.
That black Chrysler 300 is definitely stolen. It probably has a Hellcat engine in it by now. I'm just not trying to make a joke. That's probably realistically what happened with that thing. So that's the whole situation right there. Like I said, thieves do not care about what you got going on in life, your situation, anything like that. If they see an opportunity to steal your car, they will go after it like they did here. 12 o'clock, midnight. Kind of early, I would say. A lot of times when I hear about these cars getting stolen, it's usually like in some crazy early hours in the morning, like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, like times where people are more than likely not to be awake. But to see this happen at 12:30 at night is definitely odd, right? Now, another thing here, don't want to dive too deep into this, but her wheelchair was in the car. So I'm unsure, how her wheelchair was still in the car when she was in the house. Maybe she does have another way to get out the car or whatnot, but still sucks that the wheelchair was stolen along with the car. Now, the thing about this is, when I'm saying thieves really don't care, this car has special hand controls in the car because she is paraplegic, right? And if you've seen these cars report, it's unmistakable. There's different controls on these cars to help drive the car when you are paraplegic. And for someone to go to this car, break into this car and see those hand controls and see that this car or this owner of the car is a paraplegic and handicapped, and they still steal the car, it tells you what kind of type of people we're dealing with, right? On top of that, the wheelchair had to at least be, in the passenger side, because usually when someone, has a wheelchair and they're by themselves, they have to get in and out of the car, and they usually put that wheelchair on their passenger side or what have you to help get in and out the car. Could have been in the trunk, but nonetheless, those hand controls are right there in your face. So you get in the car, you notice that this car is owned by someone who is paraplegic. Now, of course, they don't really go into detail exactly how the car was stolen or anything like that. We know there's multiple methods that these thieves go through, or way they do, steal these cars, right? They replicate the key fob signal, which is one way if the car's close enough to the house and your keys are close enough to the car, or they just go ahead and program a new key, which is kind of what most thieves end up doing because it's the easiest way to do it. You can easily start and stop the car when you feel like it. You don't have to worry about turning the car off and not be able to turn the car back on. But unfortunately, it seems like in this situation, there was nothing to prevent that car from being driven off. With these particular cars, we already know thieves are going to be looking for these cars to be sitting outside a lot, right? I'm not sure what type of neighborhood she's in or anything like that, but if your car is that highly customized and it is sitting outside, it makes it easy target for thieves. Reason being, they know when the car is there and when the car is not there. It's gotta go to that whole saying, out of sight, out of mind. If you do have a way to store the car into a garage or something like that, then that should be your number one priority to do so. I know in a lot of cases, people use their garages with extra storage and things like that. But when you're going to get one of these type of cars, you have to kind of change your mindset with that type of thing. And obviously, you can't let your guard down just because you stay in a nice area or a nice neighborhood. I said before in previous videos, like when you're dealing with thieves know where the nice things are. They just know. You would think that you have to be in some kind of low income area to have your car stolen, and that could still happen. But just because you're in an area where crime doesn't particularly happen all the time doesn't mean that you're immune to it. Thieves all the time, they may follow you if they see your car out. They may, have another job where they're going around to different neighborhoods. They could be like, a UPS driver or Amazon driver or something like that. And they may be going around doing delivery like, oh, yo, this person has a Hellcat. Let me remember this location. Come back later, right? But nonetheless, right, like I said, if the car's sitting outside, it's pretty much like an open invitation at that point if you don't have anything on it. That's why I always urge, you got to make sure with these cars, you have to do something to protect yourselves, right? They saw this person was a paraplegic and still decided to steal the car because it was there and available for them to do so. And then when they got the car, they completely stripped it of everything, even took the wheelchair out of the car and all that. Who knows what they did with the wheelchair, right? All of that stuff is it's just sad, right? And if they go to that extreme with someone who's a paraplegic, anyone else can easily become a victim of the same thing. So if you go out and you get one of these cars, you have to make sure something on these cars to help protect yourself against these things, right? And I say it before and I said it again. That's why I have the Carlock on my car, right? Granted, I don't have my car outside of the garage and things like that. And when I go out to certain places, I take extra precautions to make sure my car is safe and things like that. But that Carlock does give me that peace of mind that I need, like I mentioned at the top of the video. So those of you that are not familiar with Carlock, what all does it do? Number one, it's a GPS tracker on steroids. That's what I mentioned with that. So I can track my car, where it's going, how fast it's going, how it's driving, all that type of stuff. It gives me all those type of alerts on that, right? Now, the Carlock, it does plug into your OBD port under your dashboard, but like I said, I never recommend plugging that into that location under there. Reason being, it's easily accessible to thieves. There are numerous ways you can take this Carlock and connect into your car without connecting it there. You have the hardwire kit where you can just connect it to power at any place in the vehicle. You have the splitter where you can kind of split it off from that OBD port and hide it in the dash and things like that by leaving your port open. You have the mixer and demixer cable, which mixes up your wires in your port, so that way it makes the port inoperable, so thieves can't clone keys and things of that nature. You also have the hardwire kit, where it's just a kit that you have to plug it into there, and I can link all those type of things in the description below. But tracking your car is only part of the things that Carlock can do, right? You get notification when your car gets messed with. Vibrations, if that happens, you get a notification for that. I strongly recommend getting the vibration sensors with it. It makes the vibration alerts so much better. I have a few on my car, and I know exactly where the vibrations are coming from on my car. You also get alerts that the car is started. So if you have the alarm set and the car gets started, it'll say, hey, the car's being started. Of course, that will set your vibration and stuff off, right? If the car gets moved, you'll get alert for that as well. And if someone somehow finds your car, like unplug it, you get alert that it's got disconnected. Of course, you won't be able to track your car anymore, but you will know that it's been disconnected. And Carlock does that at a pretty inexpensive price. No lie, I spend more on gas on my car than I do with Carlock. I probably spend more, I think I might spend more at Starbucks than I do on Carlock. Probably so. But anyway, they got some good drinks, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, it's relatively inexpensive, and I'll link all that stuff in the description below. And also make sure to take advantage of the codes that I got. 14-day free trial using the code, and also 10% off using the codes. All that stuff will be on the screen here. So like I've been saying here, kill switches are always great to have in the car, right? But kill switches don't give you alerts. You need to have the kill switch. I got that in my car as well. Neutral strap covers prevent your car from being pushed away. They don't give you alerts, but all that stuff helps out. A lot of things can help your car from being stolen, but a lot of those things don't give you alerts unless you know what's going on with your car, right? Relatively inexpensive. You're going to spend more on tint, mid-muffle deletes, lowering kits, all that type of stuff than you're going to do on Carlock. So make sure, if your car is more than just a car to you, make sure you protect yourself with it. And like I said, all that stuff, all the links are going to be down in the description below, all the accessories, all that type of stuff. So that way you can get the right stuff to help protect your car and don't fall into this situation. Like I said, they stole this woman's wheelchair, and she's a paraplegic, and stole a car and all that type of stuff. They do not care about what you got going on in your life. They don't care what condition you're in or what have you. They don't care what errands you're running. They don't care about none of that. If your car's is sitting there and it looks available to steal, they're going to try it. So make sure you give yourself the upper hand by doing that. And that's going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in to today's video, man. We will catch you on the next video. We are out. Cut it.